In the last session, we discussed about Linux file system. In the Linux, everything will be represented as a file only. There are three types of files in the Linux: ordinary file, directory file, and link files will be available. And yesterday, we connected with our Linux machine and we have executed several Linux commands. We have executed whoami command, which will display the logged in username, and we executed a date command and cal command, pwd command, cd command, ls command, touch command, rm command, mv command, and cat command. Let me connect with my Linux machine again. So my machine is in the running state now. So let me take the SSH command to connect with the machine. Then go to the location where our PEM file is available. So this is Ashok Linux PEM file is available. Open git bash from the location where the PEM file is available. Then execute that SSH command. With this, I will connect with my Linux machine. Yes, successfully, I'm able to connect with my Linux machine. Then execute Linux commands. Okay, ls-l, which will display the files and directories which are available. This is used for long listing. ls-l is used for long listing. Then I want to create one empty file, touch command f2.txt. So with this, we are able to create the file. For example, if I want to create the file with the data, then we can use cat command. Cat single arrow f3.txt. We can write the data to the file. This is f3 file data. Something like this. Control D to close that file. I want to append the data to the existing file. Then cat double arrow f3.txt. I can add the new line. This is new line. Then control D. Then cat command f3.txt, which is printing the data available in the file. So cat command we can use for three reasons, guys. One is to write the data to the new file. Second one, to append the data to the existing file. And the third one, to print the data from the file and print the file data with the line numbers also. mv command we used, which is used to rename the file, or we can also move the file from one location to another location by using mv command. Then we have used rm command. rm command is used to remove the files and the directories. If you want to delete the file, then you can use rm. If you want to delete the non-empty directories also, you can use rm by using recursive and force delete. Touch command is used to create the empty files. ls command is used to display the long listing. mkdir command is used to create the directory. rmdir command is used to delete the empty directory. cd command, which is used to change the directory. pwd command will display present working directory. Calendar display, date display, and logged in username display. We are able to see by using these commands. Okay, and next one. Today we are going to understand few other commands in the Linux. Okay, so there is a command called cat command we have seen already. Okay, cat f3.txt. Cat f3.txt will print the data from top to bottom. If you use tag command, tag f3.txt, it will print the file data from bottom to top. Cat command reverse operation is called as a tag command. Cat tag. Cat command will print the file data from top to bottom, whereas tag command will display the data from bottom to top. Are you guys able to understand what is the purpose of tag command? Tag command to print the file content from bottom to top. Cat will print the data from top to bottom. Tag command will print the data from bottom to top. And there is another command called rev command is available. Reverse. Rev f3.txt. Rev f3.txt, which is used to print the file data in the reverse order. Okay, this is a new line. and this is F3 line data. This is a new line. If you want to reverse the line data, then you can use rev command. If you want to see the data in the reverse order, then you can use rev command. Cat will print the data from top to bottom, whereas cat will print the data from bottom to top. Rev command is used to reverse each line of the data. Then next one, there is a command called CP command is available, which is used to copy one file data into another file. I am already having a file called f3.txt. Now I want to copy one file data into another file. To copy one file data into another file, we can use a command called CP command. Let us see this one. Here, if you observe, there are several files available, ls-l. It is used for listing. F3 file is available. Now I want to create a file with a name called m1.txt. So I want to create a new file by copying the data available in the F3 file. Are you guys getting my point? I want to copy the data from one file to another file. For that, we can use CP command. CP space f3.txt already available. I want to copy this data into m1.txt. Currently, in this directory, m1 file is not available. Currently, in this directory, m1 file is not available. So that's why we are going for CP command. That's why we are going for CP command. Are you guys getting my point? Are you guys getting my point? CP command is available. What is the purpose of this CP command? Which is used to copy the data from one file to another. In execute ls-l. Earlier, m1.txt file is not available. After executing the CP command, m1.txt file is available. So let us see cat m1.txt. Whatever the data available in the F3 file, we are able to copy into m1 file. So what is the purpose of CP command? CP command is used to copy one file data into another file. Are you clear with my point? For example, if I want to copy two files data into third file, then CP command will not work for that. If you want to copy only one file data into another file, then we will go for CP command. If you want to copy more than one file data to the another file, then you need to use cat command only. If you want to copy only one file data into another file, then you can go for CP command. But if you want to copy more than one file data into another file, then we will use cat command. For example, I have F1 and F2 files. These two files data I want to copy to F3. Then this is the syntax we need to follow. One file to another file, then directly you can go for CP. But if you have two files, that data you need to copy to third file, then cat F1, F2 to the F3. Now, let me see here. Let me show you here. Let me write the data to the F1, cat f1.txt. For example, I'm using a command called cat single arrow f1.txt. Okay, I want to write the data to the f1 file. So to write the data to the file, I'm using cat f1.txt. This is f1 file data. Okay, control D. Then cat f2.txt. This is f2 file data. Okay, control D. Fine. Now let's print the data cat f1.txt and cat f2.txt. F1 file contains one line of data. F2 file contains one line of data. Now I want to copy F1, F2 data to another file like F3. For example, rm f3.txt. I have deleted. Okay, ls-l, F1, F2 files available. Now I want to copy F1, F2 files data to F3 file. For that, we will use a command called cat command. How to do that copy? Cat f1.txt space f2.txt, write operation, to f3.txt. That's it. Earlier, f3 file is not available. Now let me cat f3. Cat means print the content from top to bottom. F1 file data, F2 file data, we are able to write into F3. F1 data, F2 data, we are writing in the F3. Are you able to understand how to copy one file data to another file and how to copy multiple files data to another file? Are you guys getting my point? Are you guys getting my point? How to copy one file data to another file? For that we use cp command. If you want to copy more than one file data into another file, then we will use cat command. Cat f1.txt, f2.txt to f3.txt. We are doing like this. All right. Now, can you guys tell me what is the purpose of this cat command? We can use this cat to print the data from file. From top to bottom, we can print the file data. From top to bottom, we can print the file data. Then next one, there is a command called wc command is available. wc command is called as word count command. So it is going to display how many lines of data available in the file, how many words available, how many characters available. So if you see f3 file, cat f3.txt, in the f3 file, there are 2 lines available and there are 10 words available. There are 42 characters available. That is called word count. That is called word count. Word count command is used to display the summary of the file data. How many lines available, how many words available, and how many characters available in the file. Okay, number of lines, number of words, and a number of characters you can get from the file by using this wc command. wc is nothing but word count command. Okay, and there is another command called diff command is available. Diff command, diff f1.txt space f2.txt. So I want to compare 2 files. Okay, so in order to compare the files, in order to see the differences between the 2 files, then we can use diff command, or else we can use compare command f1.txt and f2.txt. Okay, compare. No, there is no command like this. Diff is available. Differences, I want to see f1.txt and f2.txt. So this is displaying differences between the 2 files. There is another command which is also used to see the differences. I forgot that. There is another command also if you want to compare 2 files, guys. Okay, I will let you know that. I will let you know that. For time being, we are using a command called diff command. So diff command is used to display the differences between 2 files. Okay, so if you want to copy the data to the already existing file, so here, if you use a single arrow, it will write the data to the new file. If you use a double arrow, these 2 files data will be appended to the f3 file. In the f3, if already data is available, then you use a double arrow for appending. If you use a single arrow, it will overwrite the old data. Are you clear? When you are copying 2 files data to the third file, if you use a single arrow, it will overwrite the old data. If you add the double arrow, then it will append the data. It is going to append the data. Are you clear? Now, so I'm trying to use the difference command to compare them, and cmp, let me try f1.txt and f2.txt. Yeah, difference comparison by using cmp command. Byte 10 lines, line 1 is different. Okay, 10 bytes, byte 10 bytes are different, line 1 content is different. Yes, f1.txt, f2.txt files are different. So you can see the differences by using diff command, as well as you can see the differences by using cmp command. Okay, So comparison, compare two files, compare files. In order to do the comparison, we can use a command called CMP command. Which lines are different in those two files, it is going to display. Okay, so these are the commands, guys. In the last session, we executed these commands. In the today's session, we have executed few more commands. Okay, cat command. For the cat, the reverse is tac command is available and rev command is available. CP command is available. CP command, which is used to do the copy. Then CP command is available, which is used to do the copy of our content. Okay, and what else we have seen? Diff command is available and CMP command is also available. WC command is also available. So all these commands we can use to perform operations on the files. All these commands we can use to perform operations on the files. So look at the commands that we have learned so far. Who am I? It will display logged in username. Date command, it is going to display the current date. Cal command to display the calendar. PWD command, which will display the present working directory. CD command, which is used to change the directory. LS command, which is used to list down the content. Touch command, which is used to create the empty files. RM command, which is used to remove the files and non-empty directories. MV command, which is used to rename the file, which is also used to move the files. Cat command, to write the data to the file, to append the data to the file, to print the file data, we can use cat command. Cat command will print the data from top to bottom. Okay, then what about tac command? Cat reverse command is called tac command, which is used to print the data from bottom to top. Cat will print the data from top to bottom. Tac command will print the data from bottom to top. Then next one, rev command is available, which is used to reverse the content of the file. CP command, which is used to do the data copy from one file to another file. Then if you want to copy more than one file data, then you can use cat command only. Two files data you can copy into third file by using cat command only. Okay, so cat f1.txt, f2.txt, I want to copy to f3.txt. And remember, whenever you use a single arrow, it will overwrite the old data. If you write the double arrow, then it will append the data. It will append the data. Then we discussed about the diff command to see the differences, CMP command to compare the files, WC command, which is used for word count. WC command, which is used for word count. Are you guys able to follow me? Are you guys able to follow me? So let me give some numbering for this one so that you can understand. Who am I? Date command. Why I am giving the numbering? There is a reason, guys. So the next command we are going to learn head command and tail command and grep command. Okay. In order to work with that, these numbers are required for us. All of you clear with these commands in the Linux? Linux nothing but CLI operating system. Everything we need to do by using commands only in the Linux. Linux is a CLI based operating system. Everything we will do by using commands only in the Linux. Okay. Are you guys clear? Total 16 commands we have learned as of now. And if you want to see what all the commands you have executed in the Linux machine, then you can use one command called history command. If you want to see what all the commands that you have executed, you can use history command. When you execute a history command, it will display list of commands that you have executed. Okay, total as of now, 285 commands I have executed. Total I have executed 285 commands. So what commands that you have executed, that commands list if you want to get, then you can use history. What are the commands that you have executed? To get the history of those commands, we can use history. Next one, there is a command called head command is available, guys. There is a command called head command is available in the Linux operating system. What is the purpose of head command in the Linux operating system? Head command is used to display the data from the top to bottom. Sir, already cat command is available to display the data now. Then why we need to go for a head command? Head command is used to display the data from top. But here, when we go for a head command, by default, it will display 10 lines only. First 10 lines of data we are going to get from the file when you use head command. So if you use head command with the file name, it will display first 10 lines of the file. Suppose my file is having 1 lakh lines of data. When you use cat command, all the lines of data it is going to display. But when you use a head command, it will display only first 10 lines of the file. Okay, let us see this. Let me take these lines, guys. 17 lines available now. 17 lines. Let me create one file. Okay, cat arrow f1.txt. I am pasting this data. 17 lines of data I am pasting now. Okay, then save this file. Control D. I'm saving that file. Now, good. So cat f1.txt. So all the 17 lines of data it is printing from top to bottom. So if you use a cat command, it is printing the data from top to bottom. And if you use a tag command, it will print the data from bottom to top. So if you use a cat command, 1 to 17 lines it is printing. If you use a tag command, 17 to 1 line it is printing. So top to bottom and bottom to top. Now here, to print this data, there is another command, head command. Head means top 10 lines. Now you see, in my file there are 17 lines of data is available. But when I use head space f1.txt, it is printing top 10 lines of the file. First 10 lines of the file data is printing by using head command. Sir, I want only first 5 lines. I don't want 10 lines also. I want only first 5 lines of data. How to get the first 5 lines of data? Head -n file space file. -n file represents that I want only first 5 lines of data. So how many lines of data you want to see from top to bottom? For that you can use head command. That is head command. Are you guys clear with my point? Are you guys clear with my point? What is the purpose of, I'm not getting any response from the people, guys. If you are not responding, today is Saturday weekend, not only for you, for me also it is weekend. I'm taking the class. So please be active. Please be active. If you are responding, then I will get more interest. Okay? Yes. What is the purpose of a head command? Head command is used to get the data from the file from top to bottom. So when you use a head command, it will take only first 10 lines. That is the default behavior of the head command. That is the default behavior of the head command. I want to get only first 5 lines of data. Then you can use -n file. It will print first 5 lines only. It will print first 5 lines only. -n file. Suppose I want to get the first 15 lines of data. Then -n15 print the first 15 lines only. So what is the number that you will give? Those many lines of data it is going to print. Now check it. So F1 file contains 17 lines now. Head f1.txt, 10 lines printed. Then if I use head -n file f1.txt, 5 lines only printed. Head -n 15 f1.txt, 15 lines are printed. Are you clear? Suppose if I execute head command by giving -n 25. 25 lines are not available. So up to 25 not available. 17 only available. So everything it printed. Okay. By default, it will print 10 lines of data. By default, it will print 10 lines of data. But if you want to get particular n lines of data, that n number you can pass in the head command. Then next one, similar to the head command, there is another command called tail command. There is another command called tail command is available. What is the purpose of tail command? Tail command is used to display file data from bottom. Okay. So head command will display data from top of the file. Tail command will display data from bottom. Here also by default 10 lines. Last 10 lines of data will be printed. For the developers, this tail command is very important, guys, because when we are going to debug the application by checking the logs. So for every application, logging will be available in the real time. Okay, your application is executing with the logging. That can be any application. Application is executing. For this application, one log file will be generated. Application will store the messages in the log file. When people are accessing our application, continuously logs will be generated. And the log messages will be stored into log. Okay, so tomorrow, when something is not working in the application, then we need to check the log file of our application. Okay, latest logs will be stored at the top of the file. Latest logs will be stored at the bottom of the file. Users are sending the request to our application. Continuously, our application is executing. So logs are generating for the application. Continuously, our application is executing. Logs will be generated for the application. Those logs are getting stored into log file. Those logs are getting stored into log file. Now I want to see that log file data. I want to see the log file data. So log file data, always we need to read from the bottom. Latest log files will be available at the bottom of the file. Because when you are writing the data, latest data is going to the top of the file. Latest data will come at the bottom of the file. Latest data will be there always at the bottom of the file. So if you want to check the latest logs of the application, if you want to check the latest logs of the application, then you need to use tail command. Tail space your app.log. Tail space app.log. Then it will print last 10 lines of your log file. So whatever the issue is there in the project, if you want to understand the project issue, you need to read the logs of the project. So always logs will be available at the bottom. So to get the data from the bottom of the file, we can use tail command. Sir, for this already tag command is available, right? To get the data from bottom to top. Then what is the difference between tag command and tail command? What is the difference between tag command and tail command, guys? Can anyone tell me? What is the difference between tag command and tail command? Any difference between tag command and tail command? Tag command will print everything from bottom to top. Tail command will print only 10 lines. Tail command will display only last 10 lines. Tag will print everything from bottom to top. What is the difference between cat command and head command? Cat is also used to print the data from the file. Head is also used to print the data from the file. What is the difference between head command and cat command? What is the difference between head command and cat command? Cat will print everything available in the file. Head will print only top 10 lines of the file. Are you clear? Are you clear with my point? Now, I want to print last 20 lines of the file, guys. Not just 10 lines. I want to get the last 15 lines of the file. Tail -n 15 space f1 dot next. Then it is printing last 15 lines. Only first 2 lines are skipped. So there are total 17 lines available. When I use tail -n 15, it printed last 15 lines of data. First 2 lines of data it is skipped. First 2 lines of data it is skipped. For example, if I give -n 150, so it is used to print what last 150 lines of the file. But do we have 150 lines of data in that file? Do we have 150 lines of data in that file? No. So whatever the data is available, that it is going to. Only 17 lines available. So it is printing the 17 lines of data. And whenever you go for tail command, there is a option, guys. Tail -f. -f we can supply for that, which is used to give you the live data. Last 10 lines it printed. -f means if somebody modify the file, then live data we are going to get. That is called live data monitoring. So if you want to get the live data, then for the tail command, you can pass -f as a option. Tail -f space file. So if some data is newly added, that data will be printed on the terminal. -f argument we are going to use to get the live data of the file. What is the meaning of live data? If someone access our application, if a log is generated, then that latest logs will be printed. Live data means whatever the new data comes to the file, that will be printing on the terminal. Are you clear? So if you want to get the live data from the file, then you can use -f option. To come out from this, Control C. Control C is used to come out from that file. So are you guys clear with what is head command and what is the tail command? Could you please read this? In the Linux, head command and tail command. Are you guys clear with this one? What is the head command and what is the tail command? Please read the points. -f is used to print the live data. Tail f means -f means it will print live data. That means if new data added to the file, then it will print immediately. Okay. Sir, can you give example for -f? Ravish, I can't give the example now because I need to connect to the machine separately and I need to modify the file. Then only I can use the live example for -f. That means I need to modify the file. For that, I need to connect to that machine separately and I need to change the file data. Then it will be printed here. Okay. If that file is modified, if new data is added to that file, then if you add some extra line, 18th line, that will be printed. That means in the real time, when our application is running, log messages will keep on storing in the file. Then you can see the live messages which are coming. Live message means new data which is adding to the file that we can get. For head, we no need to use -f, right? Data will not be added at the top now. Always data will be added at the bottom only. Na? Data will not be added at the top. Whenever application is running, logs will be generated. Logs will go to the top of the file. Logs will go to the bottom of the file. Logs will go to top of the file. Logs will go to bottom of the file. Logs will go to the bottom of the file. Then what is the use of -f for the head command? It is like a queue only, right? Latest data will come to the bottom. If latest data is adding, that data I want to print it. That's why we can go for -f, which is used to see. Now see, it is waiting. Why it is waiting? If data added to the file, then it will be printed. If the data added to the file, then it will be printed. That is the meaning of -f. Got it. Next one. There is a command called grep command, guys. Very, very important command, grep command. What is the purpose of grep command? Grep command is used for content search, guys. Grep stands for global regular expression printing. Okay. There is a command called grep command is available. What is the purpose of grep command? Grep stands for global regular expression print. That means I want to do the file search. So in the Windows, how do we do the file search? You will do Control F. In the Control F, if you type Linux, now you see the Linux keyword, wherever the Linux keyword is available, it is getting highlighted. So this is called file content search in the Windows machine. Windows is a GUI machine. So that's why in the GUI machine, we are using Control F option. I have a file. I will press Control F. Then it is asking, what do you want to search? I want to search for grep. So wherever the grep command is available, it is highlighting that line. So this is how you will do the content search in the Windows machine. In the same way, I want to do the content search in the Linux. Okay. I want to see where the data is available. For example, let me copy this content, complete content into one file. Day one, something like this. Lot of data is available. 50 lines of data I'm copying to one file. Let me name this file cat arrow m2.txt. In the m2.txt, I'm pasting lot of data. Okay, save it. Save it. Control D. Close that file. Okay. Now you see cat-n m2.txt, 50 lines available in my file m2.txt. Okay. So in this m2.txt, 50 lines of data is available. Now in this file, I want to search where is the Linux keyword available. Okay. That is called content search. How can we do that content search in the Windows machine? In the Windows machine, you will use Control F option. Then you can find the data in a file. You can use Control F to find the data in the file. Whereas in the Linux, can you do the Control F? Can you do Control F in the Linux? Linux is GUI or Linux is CLI? CLI. So can you do the Control F here? Can we do the Control F or we cannot do the Control F? No, we cannot do the Control F here. Then how to do the content search in the file? That's where grep command comes into picture. For the developers, it is useful because I have my application log file. In this application log file, where is the exception in the log file? We want to check it. So our application is running, logs are generated in the log file. So I want to see in which lines exception is available. Then what we need to do? We will write a grep command. Grep, I want to search for the keyword exception in the log. Okay, this is the syntax. Grep exception app.log. So what is the meaning of this command? In this app.log file, where is the exception available? You print the lines which contains this exception key. That is called content search in the file. In order to perform content search in the file, we are going to use grep command. Are you understanding what is grep command? Grep stands for global regular expression print. So what is the meaning of this grep command? Now I want to do the content search. Okay, dollar grep. I want to search for a keyword Linux in the file m2.txt. Inside the m2.txt file, which lines contains the keyword Linux? Print that lines. Content search. In the Windows, we will go for Control F. In the Linux, we will use grep command. Go to that Linux machine. M2 file is available. We have seen that cat-n m2.txt. 50 lines of data available in the M2 file. Now in this file, which lines contains Linux keyword? I want to print it. Grep Linux. In which file? m2.txt. Grep stands for global regular expression print. That is used to perform content search in the file. Grep Linux keyword I want to search in the m2.txt. Okay, now you see in these three lines, Linux keyword is available. Out of those 50 lines of data in the file, only 3 lines contains Linux. Are you guys able to understand what is the purpose of grep command? Grep stands for global regular expression printing, which is used to print the lines which contains Linux keyword. And here there is a other option, guys. When you are setting for the content, it will consider case sensitive. Okay, if Linux is available like this, if capital L is there in the Linux, then only that line will be printed. If any line contains Linux with lowercase l, it will not identify. So grep command is case sensitive. If you want to ignore the case sensitive -i, there is no file, there is no line which contains Linux with small l, that's why it is not coming. For example, let me use grep AWS. Let me use AWS without -i. Grep AWS m2.txt. Only one line contains that AWS keyword. Suppose if I use -i, then 2 lines contains the AWS. Okay. When I use just AWS, it is printing only one line because the case is matching. The case is matching. If I use -i, that means ignore the case sensitive, then one line contains AWS in the capital letters, one line contains AWS in the small letters. By default, grep command will follow case sensitive. If you want to ignore the case sensitive, then you can use -i option. You can use -i option. Are you clear? What is the purpose of grep command? Grep command is used to print the lines having the given keyword. Pattern search, guys. Pattern search. So if you use this first command, grep AWS f1.txt, it will print the lines which are having AWS keyword. Okay. So it will check with only this AWS lowercase, case sensitive. If I want to ignore the case sensitive, then I need to use -i option. If I want to ignore the case sensitive, then I need to use -i option. Are you clear with my point? Okay. Now I want to print the content along with the line numbers. I want to print the content along with the line numbers. Grep -n Linux m2.txt. print the lines. So in the M2 file, line number 2 contains line X keyword, line number 13 contains line X keyword, line number 33 contains line X keyword. So I want to search for the line X keyword and I want to print those lines along with the line numbers. Along with the line numbers. Hyphen I, which is used to ignore the case sensitive. Hyphen N, which is used to print line numbers of the file. Line numbers of the lines which are matching with the given keyword. Are you able to understand? What is the purpose of hyphen N? Print line numbers. Print lines having AWS keyword along with the line numbers. Print lines having AWS with the line number. This will print lines having AWS keyword. This will print the lines having AWS keyword by ignoring the case sensitive. It will print line numbers. It will print the lines which are having AWS keyword along with the line number. So when you want to set some exceptions in the log file, then this grep keyword is going to be help. If you want to see last 10 lines of your log file, then tail command. If you want to do some content search in the file, then grep command. And there is a other option available, guys, which is called -v. -n, -i we have seen. There is the option called -v. -v option we can supply grep -v. -v is for verbose. Okay. Now, when I use -v, it is very funny command. When you use -v, it will skip the lines which contains the line X keyword and all the remaining lines will be printed. Line number 2, line number 13, line number 33. These 3 lines will not be printed. All the remaining lines will be printed. It is reverse. There is some full form. -v means there is some name for that. Okay. What is the purpose of -v line X now? The lines which contains line X keyword, skip them and print the remaining lines. Skip them and print the remaining lines. Are you able to understand my point? -v, and if I give -n also, now you see 1 is printed, 2 is not printed, and 33 line will not be printed. 33 line is not printed, 2 is not printed, 33 is not printed, and 13 is not printed. Line number 2 contains line X keyword, line number 13 contains line X keyword, line number 33 contains line X keyword. 2, 13, 33. Those are skipped here. When I use -v, then 2 is not printed, 13 is not printed, and 33 also not printed. Are you guys able to understand what is the purpose of -v now? The given keyword, it will consider the lines which contains that keyword will skip and the remaining lines will be printed. Skip the lines which contains the given keyword and print the remaining lines. So practically you can see here. If I use grep -n line X, -n means line number. Line number will be printed with -n. Okay. 2, 13, 33 lines contains line X keyword. You see grep -n line X m2.txt. Then line number 2, line number 13, line number 33 contains line X keyword. When I use grep -v with -n, you can see clearly the lines which contains line X keyword are skipped, the remaining lines are printed. Line number 2 is not printed. Line number 13 is not printed. Line number 33 also not printed. And you can give all these options also, like -v, -n, -i. What is the meaning of -v, -n, -i? What is the meaning of -n? -n means line number. -i means ignore case sensitive. -v means reverse. Right? Check this. Same out. You will skip the lines which contains that keyword, given keyword, irrespective of the case sensitive. Okay? Are you guys clear? Are you guys clear with grep command now? When we will use this grep command in the Linux, guys? What is the purpose of grep command in the Linux? What is the purpose of grep command in the Linux? Search. How do we do the content search in the Windows? Control F. In the Linux, grep. Are you guys with me? Are you guys with me? Guys, are you able to follow me? Is my explanation able to understand? The speed, the way, I think everything is clear for you. Is this course helpful for you? Is this course helpful? Yes. Perfect, guys. If you are responding in the chat box, then we will get more interest. Very good. Next one. Currently, I'm giving a grep command with a particular file name. Then the content search will happen in the particular file. The content search will happen in the particular file. For example, if I use grep command without file name, for example, grep Linux space star, then it will search for the keyword in all the files available in the present working directory. Okay, so this Linux keyword is available in the m2.txt. Let me do one thing. Cat arrow m1.txt. Linux is good OS. Linux is free. Okay, I like Linux. Something like this. Now, if you see in my present working directory, m1.txt available, m2.txt available. I want to search Linux keyword in all the files available in the present working directory. I want to see the Linux keyword which is available in all the files of the present working directory. Then grep -i, ignore case sensitive. Then Linux space star. I'm not giving the file name. If I give the file name, it will search for the file content in the particular file. If I give the file name, it will search a content only in the particular file. If I don't give the file name, if I give the star, then it will search in all the files. Now you see, in the M1, the data is available. In the M2, data is available. If I give -I and -n, okay, in the M1 file, line number 1, line number 2, line number 3 contains the line-x keyword. In the M2, line number 2, line number 13, line number 33 contains the line-x keyword. See, this is the count. -I, which is used to ignore case sensitiveness. Uppercase or lowercase does not matter when I use -I. When I use -n, it will print the lines along with its line number. Earlier, I have used grep command with a particular file. Now I am using star. Star means any file. Star means any file. Star means any file. So it is searching for the content in all the files. It is searching for the content in all the files. Are you guys clear? Are you guys clear with my point? Good. Search for the keyword in all the files. Okay, good. It will search for the content in all the files. Search for line-x content in all the files of present working directory. Search line-x in all files of PWD. In the line-x PWD means present working directory. In the line-x PWD nothing but it is present working directory. Are you clear? Are you guys clear with my point? Yeah. Look at the grep command. Very important, guys. Grep stands for global regular expression print command. It is used to print the lines having the given keyword. By default, it is case sensitive. If you want to ignore the case sensitive, then we need to use -I. Okay, uppercase, lowercase letters does not make any difference when we use -I. If you want to print the lines along with the line number, -n, we need to supply as an argument. If you use -v, it will print lines which does not have the AWS keyword. If I use -v AWS in the F1, it will skip the lines which contains AWS keyword and the remaining lines will be printed. -I, -n, line-x with star. In the present working directory, search all the files which contains line-x keyword, print that file name, line number, and line data. Star means search in all. If you give file name, it will search only in the particular file. It will search in the particular file. Are you clear? Tail command, head command, and grep command. Head command will print the data from top to bottom. Head command will print the data from top to bottom. First 10 lines will be printed by default. And when you go for tail, last 10 lines of data will be printed. Grep command, which is used to search for the content in the file. Which is used to search for the content in the file. Okay, are you good? Fine. So here we have added head command and we have added tail command and we have discussed grep. So total 20 commands we discussed in the line-x. Grep for content search in the file. Tail to print the file data from bottom. By default, 10 lines will be printed. Head command to print the data from the top. By default, 10 lines will be printed. History, what all the commands we have executed in the line-x machine. WC, word count. How many lines, how many words, how many characters available in the file you can get by using WC. CMP, diff for comparison purpose and to see the differences. CP for copy. Rev command to reverse the lines of data. To reverse the line and print it. Tag will print the file data from bottom to top. Complete data will be printed from bottom to top when you use the tag command. Cat command. We can write the data to the file. We can write the data by overriding the existing. We can write the new data. We can append the data. We can print the data. MV to rename the file and to move the file from one location to another location. RM command to remove the files. Touch command to create the empty file. LS command to list the content. CD command to change the directory. PWD command to print present working directory. Calendar, date, and who am I. So total 20 commands we have discussed in the Linux. So if you want to work with Linux operating system, like this, we need to use commands only. Like this, we need to use commands only in the Linux operating system. Are you able to follow me? Are you able to follow me? Good. Next one. Let's observe, guys. Very important command that we are going to learn now. I got disconnected from the machine. Timeout, guys. I got disconnected from the machine. Then let me execute my SSH command again to connect back to the machine. Yes, I connected back to the machine. Next, let us see here. ls-l, all the files it is printing. All the files it is printing. I want to delete one directory, rmdir. Directory is not empty. Ashok ID directory I am trying to delete. It is not empty. Can you tell me the command to delete the non-empty directories? Can you tell me the command to delete the non-empty directory? Come on, give the syntax to delete the non-empty directory. rmdir or rm. rm-rf directory name. Forcefully, recursively, we are going to delete the non-empty directories. rm-rf space directory name, which is used to delete that directory. Which is used to delete that. Next one, ls-l, f1 file is available. Cat f1. I want to overwrite the data. f1.txt. Welcome to Ashok IT. Okay, Control D. Now you print the data cat f1.txt. There is a mistake, guys. Wantedly I have written double T in the IT. Now I want to edit the file. As of now, we are creating the file, we are writing the data, we are appending the data, we are printing the data. But how to modify the file data? How to modify the file data? If you go to Windows machine, directly our text editor is available. If you go to our file, suppose for example, there is f1.txt file available. I can open this file. I can open with the notepad. Then I can edit the file data. If anything is available, I can modify and I can edit the data in the Windows machine. But in the Linux, I want to edit the file. I want to edit the file in the Linux machine. Are you guys getting my point? Are you guys getting my point? My requirement, are you clear now? Are you guys clear with my requirement now? Yes. What is the requirement? Modify the file data. Edit the file. So we need to deal with the editors in the Linux. In the Windows, editing is very simple. You can open the file in the notepad, notepad++, and you can edit it. But how to edit the file in the Linux operating system? That's where editors comes into picture in the Linux. What is that, guys? Editors comes into picture in the Linux. Text editors. When you go for Linux machine, there is a default editor called VI. Visual editor is available. Visual editor is the default editor in the Linux machines. What is that? VI. VI stands for Visual Editor. It is called as default editor in the Linux machine. And this VI command, the VI command is available. VI command is used to edit the files and we can create the new files also. When you use VI command, if the file is already available, it will open the file with the existing data. If the file is not available, it will create the file and it will open the file. Read that. We are dealing with text editor in the Linux. We are dealing with the text editor in the Linux. So the default editor in the Linux machine is VI. VI stands for Visual Editor. This is default editor in the Linux machine. Using this VI command, you can create the new files and you can modify existing files also. So now observe. I'm going to use the VI command ls-l. Okay. F1, F2, F3, M1, M2 is available. Do I have any file called M3 file? No. VI m3.txt. If I execute this command, it will check M3 file is already available or not. If the M3 file is already available, then it will open the file with the data. There is no data loss here. It will open the file with the existing data. Suppose if the M3 file is not available, then it will create and it will open the file. Now the file is open. The file is open. Now you can write the data in the file, you can save the file and you can close the file. This is called editor in the Linux. So when you are going for VI command, you need to deal with some modes. Now you see, when I use VI command, the M3 file got created. Earlier M3 file is not available. Now M3 file is created. So VI is used to create the file and open the file. Now, the most important thing, guys, whenever you are going for the VI command, this VI editor is going to work based on the modes. There are 3 modes available for the VI command. So the first mode for the VI command is command mode. What is the first mode, guys? Command mode. Whenever you use VI command, it will just to open the file. Just to open the file. So whenever we use VI file name, then it will be in the command. When it is in the command mode, just the file will open. You cannot write the data. Now you see, I'm going to use VI command for M3. Already file available, open. File open, M3, file open. But when I want to type the data, we need to go for insert mode. If you press I, then only you can you can edit the data. Now you see, simply if I am pressing, can you hear the sound of my keyboard, guys? If I press I, then only we can write the data. Suppose see here, vi m3.txt. I'm typing something, but data is writing in the file or data is not writing in the file. No. If I press I, then only data we can write in the file. Otherwise, we cannot write the data in the file. So by default, the VI editor will be in the command mode. That is just to open the file. Once you want to, if you want to edit the file, if you want to write the data in the file, then you need to go to insert mode. Insert mode. If you want to edit the file, you should go to insert mode. To go to the insert mode, after executing the VI command, you need to press I in the keyboard. Then you will go to insert mode. Then you can write the data and you can modify the data. First time, when you execute VI command, then it will be in the command. What is the meaning of command mode? It is just to open the file. VI, command mode, that is used to open the file. Then insert mode. If you want to edit the file, after executing VI command, you need to press I in the keyboard. Then you will go to insert mode. There you can edit the file and you can modify the data. Now see this clearly. Now I am having one file ls-l cat f1. Okay, welcome to Ashok ITT. There is a mistake. I want to modify that file vi f1.txt. f1.txt file is already available, so it will just open the file. Vi file name open. Now currently I am in the command mode. Just file is opened, I can read the data. But if I want to modify, I need to press I. You can check at the bottom of the file name is displayed. So if you see at the bottom of the file name is displayed. If I press I in the keyboard, then I change it to insert. So if you press I in the keyboard, then you will go to insert mode. Then you can modify the file. Ashok IT software training. Now I am modifying the file. Once the file is modified, then you need to press escape. That is called escape mode. Escape mode is used to come out from the insert mode. By default, we will be in the command mode. Then from the command mode, we can go to insert mode. From the insert mode, you can come out to the escape mode by pressing escape keyword in the keyboard. Once you press the escape keyword, then :WQ, write and quit. I want to save the changes and I want to close the file. :WQ. Then file is modified. Cat f1.txt. Now you see file content is updated. So if you want to edit the file, then you need to use the visual editor. When you go for this visual editor, this is working based on 3 modes: command mode, insert mode, and escape mode is available. Okay, command mode is used to open the file. Then if you want to edit something in the file, then you need to go in the insert mode. How to go into insert mode? For that, you need to press I in the keyboard. Once you are in the insert mode, then you can make the changes to the file. For example, in my project, there is a configuration file. I want to modify some configuration properties before deployment. My project I'm deploying in the Linux machine. Before deployment, I want to change some configuration properties. Database URL I want to update. Database configuration properties I want to update. Then you need to edit the file. So now imagine you are working as a developer. You are going to deploy your application in the Linux machine. Before deploying your application in the Linux machine, you need to change some property in the configuration file. Properties file, YML files will be available. You need to change a properties file. Then you need to edit the configuration file. For that, you need to use visual editor in the Linux. When you use this visual editor, by default, you will be in the command mode. Command mode is just to open the file. Then if you want to write something, if you want to do some changes, then you should go to insert mode. How to move from command mode to insert mode? You need to press I in the keyboard. After your changes are completed, then you need to come into escape mode. So to come out from the insert mode, we will press escape in the keyboard. Once we press escape, you are in the escape mode. Then you have 2 options. Do you want to save the changes and close the file? Do you want to close the file without saving the changes? If you want to save the changes and close the file, :WQ. If you want to close the file without saving the changes, :Q0. So this is used to save the file and close it. This is don't save my changes and close the file. Just ignore my changes and close the file. This is text editor in the Linux. VI, visual editor. It is the default editor in the Linux machine. Using VI, we can create new files and we can modify the existing file data also. This VI command is working in 3 modes. One is a command mode. Second one is insert mode. Third one is escape mode. Are you guys clear with my point? command mode, insert mode, and escape mode. Are you clear with my point? What is the meaning of insert mode? What is the meaning of insert mode? To edit that. What is the escape mode? To come out from the insert mode, escape. How to save the changes and close the file? How to save the changes and close? Colon WQ. How to close the file without saving? Colon Q naught. Okay. Now let's do the practical samples. Okay. Good. Guys, due to lack of this Linux knowledge, I struggled a lot in my career starting stage. When I joined in the company as a Java developer long back, at that time, I don't have this knowledge on the Linux. I don't know all these commands in the Linux. At that time, I faced so many challenges to survive in the job because every day we need to do the deployment in the Linux machine. Whenever we are doing the deployment, we need to change some files in the Linux machine. And I need to check the logs in the Linux machine. I need to take the logs backup in the Linux machine. I need to connect with the Linux machine. Lot of challenges I have faced at that time due to lack of this knowledge. So I know that struggle. Okay. So I have taken a lot of insults in the project from my team members because they used to laugh at me because I don't know how to check the logs in the Linux machine at that time. In my first company, I joined in the company with fake experience at that time. I don't know all these things. So in my project, people used to laugh at me because I don't know how to connect with the Linux machine. I don't know how to check the logs in the Linux machine. I don't know how to edit the files in the Linux machine at that time. I felt very insulting at that time because I am not able to deal with this Linux operating system at that time. At that time, I am a developer, but still company requirement. I need to do the deployment in the Linux machine. I need to edit the files in the Linux machine. I need to check the logs in the Linux machine. I need to install softwares in the Linux machine. Okay, so you need to take this very seriously because whatever the struggle I have faced, I don't want my students to struggle in the company. I don't want my students to struggle in the company due to lack of skill. Whatever the struggle I have taken, I don't want you to struggle like that. So whatever you are learning today, definitely this is going to help you a lot in the project. So it's not only for DevOps people, every software engineer should know Linux because in the industry, 90% of work we will do on the Linux machine, only 10% work we will do on the Windows. Windows operating system we will use only for sending the emails. That's it. Complete project deployment, project operations will happen on the Linux. Good? Fine. So with this we understood what is VI. Now let us see here guys. VI command F1, F2, F3, M1, M2, M3 files are available. Suppose now I want to create a new file with a name called f4.txt. That file is not available. VI f4.txt. So if I use this VI command, then file is open. Currently I am in the command. Now I want to make the changes. Press I in the keyboard. Now I enter it into insert. Then I will write the data. Okay. I love Linux OS. I love Linux OS. Linux is very easy. Linux is very easy. Linux is free. Linux is free. Many flavors available. Many flavors available for Linux. Got it. Now I want to save the file and I want to close it. So in order to do that saving, first press escape. I came out from the insert mode, then colon WQ. you check at the bottom of the file. I have typed :wq, then close it. That file got closed. That file got closed. Now see the content, cat f4.txt. Now you see whatever the data I have written, it is available. Now again I want to open the same file, vi f4.txt. Now I want to write some data. Insert mode, I'm writing some data, some dummy data. I don't want to save it and I want to close it. So what is the option to close the file without saving the changes? What is the option to close the file without saving the changes, guys? Can you tell me? What is the option? I want to close the file without saving the changes. Come on. Just escape :q not. Now you see, after many flavors, whatever the lines available, I don't want to save those lines. Okay, so I don't want to save the lines. :q not I'm going to use. :q not I'm going to use, which is not used to, which is not for saving the content, which is for not saving the content. Then done. Then cat f4.txt. Now see, those lines of data is not saved. Whatever the lines available, those lines of data is not saved. Are you clear with my point? Are you clear with my point? Very good. Very good. Okay. Next one, guys. So with this, we got the clarity on what is text editor in the Linux machine. So with this, what we have done is VI. What is the purpose of the VI? Whenever we go for VI command will open the file if it is available, if it is already available. Otherwise, it will create the new file and it will open that file. Whenever you go for VI command, if the file is already available, it will open the file. If the file is not available, it will create and it will open that file. VI, visual editor, that is a default editor in the Linux. VI file name. It is going to check the file is already present or not. If the file is already present, it will open. If the file is not present, it will create and it will open. It will work based on the modes, command mode, insert mode, escape mode is available. Once you make the changes to the file, you can save and close the changes by using :wq, write and quit. :q not, just quit without saving the changes. Now, coming to the conclusion, can you guys tell me how many ways we can create a file in the Linux machine, guys? What are the ways you know to create a file in the Linux? What are the commands we can use to create a file in the Linux? Can I say by using touch command? Can I create a file by using touch command? Can I create a file by using cat command? Can I create a file by using cp command? Can I create a file by using vi command? Yes. Touch command, that is used to create empty file in the Linux. By using touch, you can create empty file in the Linux. By using cat, you can create file along with the data. By using copy, you can copy one file data into another file. F1 file is already available. With that, I want to create the F2. By using cp, you can create one file by using another file data. vi, it is used to create and open the file for editing purpose. If the file is already available, then I can open the file, or else I can create the file and I can open that file. So these 4 commands we know to create the files in the Linux: touch command, cat command, cp command, and vi command. Next one, can you tell me what are the commands available to read the file data in the Linux? How can I read file data in the Linux, guys? I have a file with the data. Then how can I read that data? Can you tell me the commands I can use to read the file data? Cat command. Cat command is used to print file data from top to bottom. To print file data from top to bottom by using cat command. Cat command to print file data from bottom to top. From bottom to top. Rev command to print each line in the reverse order. File data I can print in the reverse order. Head command to print first 10 lines of the file. Tail command to print last 10 lines of the file. VI command to open the file. VI command, you can read the file data by opening that file. So these commands we are using to create the files in the Linux. These commands we are using to read the data from the file in the Linux. Are you guys clear with all these commands? VI editor, Vim editor, yes, both are editors only. Visual editor and Vim editor. Yes, you can use Vim also to edit the files. We can use Vim also to edit the files. Okay.
Recording stopped.
Guys, I need one small help from you people, guys. So if you like this session, could you please provide your valuable feedback for my classes in the Google? If you like these classes, please write your valuable feedback in the Google. It will take just 10 seconds to share your valuable feedback for my classes. I have given our Google form link in the chat box. So please share your valuable feedback for my classes. It's a humble request. Please share your genuine feedback, guys. Okay, just spend 10 seconds time for me. Just spend 10 seconds, your valuable time.